Hello, everybody. So happy we have concluded the NFL regular season. Woo! Week 18 is a wrap. As you see in the background, I got my little Caesars in the background. Excited to eat that as I'm a lactose tolerant man. But when the Lions become number one seed for the first time ever, some things are worth it. All right? And nothing is more worth it than eating a little Caesars pizza, which I will demonstrate at the end of the video. I'm your host, Steven. Excited to be here. Super pumped. Team best, franchise best in its 95 years of existence. Woo! Wearing my Penny Sewell jersey that my mom got me. Loving it. Loving that guy. Loving the organization. I wish I had a jersey for every player. Woo! Before we get distracted, let's talk about the Week 18 recap. Let's bring it back. Let's dial it back. All right. This is my final one of the recap, and I'll be giving recaps of the playoffs. Excited. And stay tuned for my predictions and picks for the first round of the NFL playoffs. All right, here we go. Last Saturday, we had Cleveland at Baltimore. Baltimore won 35-10. Derrick Henry, dominant performance, 20 rushes, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then for the other side, Cleveland Browns, they had Jerry Jeudy, who only had 63 yards. Not much there. Then for the game of the night of the day on Saturday night, we had Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Cincinnati came out on top, 19-17, in a crazy game of outcomes as they were fighting for their playoff hopes, and they did not make the playoffs, unfortunately. Ja'Marr Chase was 10 for 14, 96 yards and a touchdown. And then Pat Freiermuth on the other end, he had a touchdown with 85 yards on 8 of 11 receptions. Poor Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh now will face Baltimore in the first round. We will see how that all goes. Ooh, the AFC North does not get tired of versing each other. Then moving on, we had Carolina, the start of the Sunday games. We had Carolina at Atlanta. Carolina victory with 44-38 in overtime. What a high-scoring game. Atlanta did its best to try to win, but they could not, as it all slipped through their fingers. Miles Sanders looked amazing. 17 rushes, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then Bryce Young had 5 touchdowns, 3 passing, 2 rushing. He looked amazing. The Carolina Panthers have a lot of hope going into next year and should be excited for the upcoming season. And also Atlanta, Michael Penix Jr. looks amazing as well. He had 3 touchdowns. And then for their top performer, Drake London, he was feeding him 10-18, 187 yards, 2 touchdowns. Even though they had the loss, it was great to see such a performance from the rookie quarterback, as it would be a great end to be the next start of a tremendous career for that guy. Rooting for that guy. He's amazing. Yeah, so Carolina Atlanta's got bright futures ahead. They look like no matter what happens with the Bucks going into the playoffs and everything like that, I would pick one of those teams before I pick the Bucks to win the division next year. I know it's way too early for that, but that would be my take for now. Then we had the Saints at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay came out on top 27-19. Jalen McMillan, the rookie, was 5 for 6, 74 yards and a touchdown. And then on the other end for the Saints, Juwan Johnson had 60 yards, 6 for 7. Spencer Rattler looked pretty all right. Looked pretty right. But since he started, he hasn't won a game. So that's unfortunate. The rookie. Poor guy. But yeah, Tampa sealed its spot, won the NFC South, and is going to be taking on the Washington Commanders. Look out. It's going to be a nice, great game on NBC Sunday Night Football. Then moving on with Chicago at Green Bay. Chicago won this game 24-22. DJ Moore had 9 for 10, 86 yards and a touchdown. And then Emmanuel Wilson, the running back, 14 rushes, 73 yards and a touchdown. And it sucks. Green Bay got a little banged up. Christian Watson went down. Jordan Love had a slight injury. And then even Willie Willis got a little banged up, got a couple of hits in him. Chicago came on top. And that's the thing, they got hope too going in next season. You know, they just need a new head coach. See how it all goes. A lot to look forward to with Caleb Williams and the Bears. They need to draft O-line very badly. That's what they need to do. Suck it up. That's what you gotta do. It's not the best, sexiest pick, but it's the pick you gotta do to make it all happen. And it won't change everything overnight, but it'll be a start to get on through Then we have Washington at Dallas. Washington came out on top 23-19. Terry McLaurin, 8 for 12, 62 yards and a touchdown. And Rico Dowdle, 21 rushes, 72 yards and a touchdown. Looking way better than Ezekiel Elliott played all year. Yeah, Washington with the great victory. Exciting game. We'll see if Mike McCarthy sticks around for the Cowboys. That'll be the major headline all season long. Especially Jerry Jones has not made a statement compared to other owners have for their head coaches and GMs. Then we had Jacksonville and Indianapolis. Indianapolis is already eliminated from the playoffs. Indianapolis won 26-23. Jonathan Taylor, 34 rushes, 177 yards, and a touchdown. And then the other end, Brian Thomas, the rookie, had a 100-yard game off 7 catches on 11 targets. Exciting to see. Jacksonville's got some hope too. They got to get a head coach. They just fired Doug Peterson today. So we'll see how that all goes. But they're keeping the GM, which if you ask any Jacksonville fan, they're very mad about that. They're like very confused why Khan is doing that. And yeah, you need to get your act together, Jacksonville. Then moving on, we have Buffalo at New England. New England won 23-16. Buffalo rookie Ray Davis had a good game, 15 rushes, 64 yards and touchdown. And then New England, Keyshawn Boyett out of LSU, he won 100%, 117 yards and a touchdown. And then they fired their head coach, Gerard Mayo, which is like a head-scratching move in my opinion. You need to give that guy some time, give him a chance. And that's the thing with a lot of these rookie quarterbacks, they're like, oh, let's have this head coach and let's fire him and then give him a new head coach. Like it's kind of frustrating, very frustrating. But then moving on, we had the New York Giants at Philadelphia. Philadelphia came out on top 20-13. And Philadelphia rested their players. Saquon Barkley didn't get the record. Anis Smith was 4 for 6, 35 yards and a touchdown. And then you had Malik Nabers, the rookie for the Giants, was 5 for 8 and 64 yards and a touchdown. The Giants are going to keep their head coach and GM, which I think a lot of Giants fans are mad. I talked to a couple of them. I am not one myself, but they wanted both of those. They wanted a clean house. Get a new rookie quarterback to get him in. Now you're going to do the same situation with a lot of these teams, especially like how the Bears did. You're going to draft a rookie quarterback and then have these guys like lame ducks ready to get fired. You know, if they don't have a winning season. It's kind of, we'll see how it all goes. But hopefully the Giants ownership expressed patience. Then we had Houston at Tennessee. Houston won this game 23-14. Damian Pierce out of University of Florida had a great, fantastic run for over 90 yards, and then he finished 19 rushes, 170 yards, and a touchdown. And then on the other end for Tennessee, Calvin Ridley, 3 for 5, 76 yards, not much there. But Houston won. They had to definitely look good, try to do what they can, get the win. But then they're playing the Los Angeles Chargers in the first round. We'll see how it all goes. My pick is the Chargers are going to come out on top. Then we had the 4 o'clock games. We had Seattle at LA Rams. Seattle won 30-25. The Rams definitely rested a lot of their players. But it was just like the tight end performance game. Noah Fant, 5 for 6, 63 yards and a touchdown. And then the rookie A.J. Barner had a touchdown at the University of Michigan. And then for the Rams, we had Tyler Higbee, who's returned from his injury from Kirby Joseph. He went 5 for 7 and 46 yards and a touchdown. And yeah, Seattle won. And Geno Smith definitely got a lot of his incentives. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if Seattle keeps Geno Smith. They fired their offensive coordinator today. We'll see what their next few changes. I think they should stick with him and get a quarterback. I think they're in the hunt for Shedeur Sanders. Because a lot of people are thinking he's not even a first-round pick. We'll see how it all folds. I think he will be a first-round pick. There's too much there to be, but I think he might slip, and then like a team like Seattle should trade up or get in a heartbeat and develop him. So we'll see how it goes. Then we had the Chargers at Las Vegas. Los Angeles Chargers won 34-20. They've been wrecking teams of late as they wrecked New England last week. Top player Quentin Johnson, 13 for 14, 186 yards. Woo! And then on the other end, Jacoby Myers, one of my faves, 9 for 10, 123 yards and a touchdown. We'll see if Las Vegas keeps their staff. We'll see what the next chapter is. Los Angeles Chargers are moving on. They're taking on Houston Texans. Let's go. Big Jim Harbaugh reshaping the Chargers in 1 year. You got to believe it. Then we have Miami at the Jets. Jets came out top 32-20. Miami lost this game. They should have won this game. It spoke volumes about the team and how they, even if they won it and maybe had a chance to make playoffs, even if they did make playoffs, they would get wrecked because they got wrecked by the Jets. Top performer for the Jets, Davante Adams, was amazing, 8 for 12, 86 yards, and a touchdown. And then Aaron Rodgers had 4 touchdowns. It might be his last game. We'll see. I don't think it is. I think he's just going to do what he does every year. Have as much drama and attention to him before he actually picks what team he's going to play for. He's definitely wait after the draft, and he'll make his decision. Devin Achane was 11 rushes, 121 yards, and a touchdown. He was the only bright spark there. And then Tyreek Hill wants out, so that's defeating news for Miami Dolphins. We'll see what they're going to do. They're going to keep Mike McDaniels in the GM, based on what the ownership just came out today with their statement. So we'll see how that all turns out. But Tyreek Hill is on the move. And then we had San Francisco at Arizona. Arizona came out top 47-24. Greg Dortch was 100% on 4 for 4, 47 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then the other end, the rookie, Ricky Pearsall, 6 for 8, 69 yards, and a touchdown. Both of these teams, I don't know what to make of them. Their future does not look bright, but they're going to stay packed with the GM, the coach, the quarterback. Like, both of those teams, like, we'll see how it goes. If Brock Purdy's deal's up. We'll see if they pay him. I don't think they'll pay him. We'll see. I think they're in the run for Sam Darnold. That's my guess. We'll see how it all turns out. And then Brock Purdy's going to go to probably like the Las Vegas Raiders. We'll see how it all turns out. That's my guesses for now. And I'll keep you updated with those predictions. Then we had Kansas City and Denver to wrap up the 4 o'clock games. Denver whooped KC as KC rested a lot of stars. Carson Wentz started. Denver destroyed him 38-0. Woo! And then the top performer on Denver, Marvin Mims, he went 100%, 5 for 5, 51 yards, 2 touchdowns. I didn't even put a top performer on Kansas City. There's no one to be heard of, no one to talk about there. Then the game of the day, the fight for the number 1 seed in the NFC and the NFC North Division, came down to 2 14-2 teams. You all know the story. Minnesota, Detroit. Detroit came out on top 31-9. An impressive game plan by Aaron Glenn, dominating on defense, great schematics, taking on Minnesota, showed their real colors, which I definitely am going to pick the Rams to beat Minnesota. That's how much was revealed. See how it goes. And an impressive performance on the offense for Ben Johnson to rack up that many points, especially after 2 turnovers by Jared Goff. And that's the thing, Jared Goff also did amazing in bouncing back from those turnovers. We'll see how it all goes. Gibbs was the top performer with 4 touchdowns. 139 yards. 3 of those touchdowns were rushes. 1 was a reception. Off 23 rushes. He looked fantastic. Looking amazing. Better than Bijan Robinson, for sure. It's already in the books. We'll see how the years progress and go on. But right now, Gibbs is definitely looking better than Bijan Robinson. Then on the other end for Minnesota, top performer, just to give a shout out, Aaron Jones, 10 rushes, 45 yards. That just tells you how bad they got dominated. They got whooped. They didn't even have a touchdown on the game. They could have had 12 points but the field goal kicker missed one, the Rook. But yeah, it was fantastic. The Lions are the kings of the North. Let's go. Great news. Fantastic times. I'm finally going to eat me a pizza slice here. Woo! Look at that. Oh. Yeah. Nice in color. So worth it. The battle ahead for me. It's not the same as the Lions players did and staff to get us here. This is my small contribution. So great to be a Lions fan. As I tell people, it always has been. Like, I started watching football when Sue got drafted. That was amazing. Calvin Johnson, you got a job, Calvin. Woo! That was great. I'm just going to eat this whole pizza and talk about what it means to be a Lions fan. I don't know why I got large. I ain't going to eat all that. You think I can eat a whole pizza by myself? Maybe. But it's always been great to be a Lions fan. Now I feel bad. Being a Minnesota fan, that's tough. That's tough stuff. Be a Lions fan, you just gotta be committed. You know? Like, watching my boy Stafford throw touchdowns all the time was amazing. With no O-line help. Ever. It was amazing. He won a championship with the Rams. I'm happy for him. I'm going to be happy with Goff winning a championship. With the best offensive lineman in the game coming at you. I want to do that though. Hot take. There's going to be a defensive back that wins the Defensive Player of the Year. And it's between two guys. Two. Patrick Surtain and Kirby Joseph. Hot. Both are going to be all pro. We'll see how it turns out. That's a hot take. I'm excited for those awards. I'm going to have my prediction for that too. Stay tuned for that. But I just want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. The NFL regular season is a wrap. We're about to go into the postseason. This is where the best football is to watch, other than last night's game. If you didn't watch last night's game, I don't know what you're doing with your time. That was the game to watch, and it's the best game. It was the game of the year. Even with lost, I have to also say, as a Lions fan, I can't speak for all of them. I'll speak for myself. No matter what the result is for the Lions, I am happy. I'm pumped. We go to the Super Bowl. We don't go to the Super Bowl. We've never been to the Super Bowl. Now, if we go, it's, oh, yeah, plus. But if we don't, I'm not mad or disappointed or, like, it's not Super Bowl or bust for me. Every year, I'm happy. I'm happy that those guys put their lives on the line, time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears to entertain me while wearing my favorite color uniform and repping my favorite city. That's all I care about. And how they wear themselves and present themselves. They do a great job. We have the best head coach in the league. He should be coach of the year. If he's not coach of the year, what are we doing? What are we doing? You know? My highest takes is when I eat Little Caesars. Best takes. But I appreciate all the support y'all do. I get more support than my own family. You guys are the best. It's Detroit versus everybody. Let's go. I hope I don't sound too disgusting when I was eating my food, but I made a bet with somebody, and I'm fulfilling it. Little Caesars is the best pizza ever. That's coming from me. And Detroit style pizza over any style pizza. New York, Chicago, whatever you call it. Let's go. Like I said, Detroit versus everybody. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more. Pumped. And you all have a blessed day. And woo! Let's go. Woo, woo, woo. Kings of the North. Let's go. Peace.